I look a little crazy right now because today we're testing foundation and I've already gotten part of the way ready to put it on so that way I can just jump in to applying it when I'm ready to in just a couple of minutes here. Today we're going to be testing out the Rare Beauty Liquid Touch Weightless Foundation. This is by Selena Gomez's makeup brand. I tried this foundation out one time a few months ago when I was first sent it. And I'm not gonna lie, I remember not liking it. So I wanted to come on here and give it another try. I only applied it using a brush. I didn't apply it using a sponge, which is my more recent favorite way to apply foundations these days. So I thought it would be fun to come on here and just do like a whole day long wear test. Right now it's 2:19 p.m., but I'm gonna have it on for as long as I can just to see how it wears for the next like 8 hours or so. This is what the product looks like. You can see it's in this nice cylindrical bottle. I actually really like the shape. It's got this nice little applicator on it. The reviews for this foundation are very good on every website that I'm seeing up right now. I have my laptop in front of me. It retails for $29 across the board everywhere that it's listed. It's available at Sephora and rarebeauty.com. It does have 4 stars on each of those websites with both over 4,000 reviews. So the description of it on the website says, it's an innovative, breathable foundation that combines the weightless feel of a serum with buildable medium coverage for a truly layerable wear. It says that it's for normal to combination skin, which is pretty much what my skin is, and that it's gonna be a medium coverage. My skin usually goes between, pretty much like what that's saying, it goes between being a little bit normal and combination. I do get quite oily in my T-zone area, especially around the nose throughout the day. The corners of my nose usually are the first place to show signs of wear on a foundation. I also have fairly textured skin, so I'm interested to see if this covers it up in a flattering way. I've already put on the Good Molecules Priming Moisturizer, which I mentioned in my last video. It's one of my favorite things. And then I also use the Benefit POREfessional primer on my nose. The other thing that I'm gonna do is use this brush from Rare Beauty. This is their foundation brush. This is a synthetic hair brush. I really like it. I've used it with different products before, different foundations and concealers and whatnot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna apply half of my face with this brush, the other half with this damp beauty sponge that I have here. And then I'm going to finish off my makeup, wear it throughout the day, and see how it goes. Now, before I put it on, I do want to read some of the reviews because I'm kind of curious to see what people are saying. I'm seeing a few people right away in these reviews saying that they feel like it's way overhyped. They don't think it's good for dry skin, even when moisturized and used with this brand's primer. They said you could see every pore and fine line. Some of the good reviews are people saying that it's really good, but maybe not for everyone. It just depends on like what your skin is like. They're saying if you want it to be like a fresh and natural look, that it might work better, which if I'm being honest, that's not what I usually go for. I usually use quite a bit of face products. So maybe it really depends on how you wear the foundation. I'm gonna be putting on powder and bronzer and blush and highlighter. We'll see how it works with that, but I'm pretty much ready at this point to go ahead and put it on. Let's go ahead and apply this foundation and see for ourselves. I am wearing today the shade 100W. So 100W is the lightest shade that they carry. It is light and warm with golden undertones. So I do remember thinking that this was a really good shade for me when I'm at my fairest. If I had fake tan on, it would be a little bit too light. But for right now, because all my fake tan is pretty much worn off, it's not bad. Let me move my computer out of my lap so that way I don't like spill foundation on it. Okay, I've scooted in closer to my camera so that you can get a better view of how it's looking when I put it on. I'm actually gonna go ahead and just do that side first with the brush and see how I feel. There's something about it that feels a little oily to me, or like too lightweight. I'm not upset with the way that it looks so far. It does seem like it's maybe settling into my pores a little bit, and we'll be able to tell better once I put it on my nose in a second. I feel like it did cover up my redness and the zits that I have going on kind of impressively. There's something about it that feels almost like cushiony or moussey. Like, you know how some foundations, you put them on your face and it feels wet, but then it like dries down, obviously. This is one of those where you put it on and it doesn't feel wet, which I find strange. It kind of reminds me of the texture of that True Match foundation that comes in the little glass jar. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'll insert a picture of it. It's that foundation that we all wore in middle school. I'm sure y'all know what I'm talking about now that you've seen a picture. That is the texture that I would compare it to most closely with another foundation that I've tried. I'm gonna put just a little bit more with these dots since I am gonna use a sponge on this side. I already like the way this is applying better than the other side. I don't know if you guys can tell on camera. I think I actually can tell just looking at myself in my screen right now. This side of my face has less full coverage, but this side doesn't look as smooth or natural to me. You can see my freckles a lot more over here. Over here, I feel like it is just sitting on top of my skin rather than melting into it in a way that's flattering. It really is a drastic difference looking in my mirror. I hope you guys can tell on camera. I don't know if you'll be able to. Yeah, I don't know. It's just sitting very differently on this side, and I really prefer the way that it looks. Even though I do like doing very full glam sort of face makeup, I like a foundation that's going to look fairly natural on the skin, because I'm always gonna go in with concealer under my eyes and like around the nose a little bit. Like that's just kind of how I do it to combat my redness. So I like a foundation that actually sits and wears in a really natural looking way. I think I mentioned this earlier, but I'll go ahead and say it again. The first time that I used it, I did apply it using the brush that it came with, this one right here. So this is my first time applying one side of my face with a sponge, and I really am preferring the way that it looks on this side. I think what I'm gonna do once I put the rest of my makeup on is go and show you this in different lighting, just so that you can get a full feel for how it's looking when it's fresh. And then I'll try to do the same thing throughout the day when we do some checkups on how it's wearing. Like I keep saying, I don't know if you'll be able to tell on camera at all, but I'm noticing that like on this side of my face, where I have pores around my nose and on my cheek, it's settling into the pores. You know how you put a foundation on and you can see almost like little dots where the foundation itself has settled into your pores and it's not like blending in, like it sits weird in the pores on your face? I feel like that's what it's doing on this side, but not on this side. So far, I'm feeling pretty good about it on the side where I use a sponge, but I'm feeling very iffy about the side where I use that brush. So I'm gonna go put the rest of my makeup on and check back in with you guys and let you know what issues I had, if I had any, and how it's wearing on both sides based on how the rest of my makeup application goes. So I will check back in with you guys in just a second. Okay, so I went ahead and completed my makeup like I said I was gonna do, and this is how it looks now. I'm gonna zoom it in just a second and show you guys up close so that hopefully you can see the difference between the two sides, because I do see quite a difference. But yeah, basically what I did is I went in with my concealer like I usually would on a sponge. I then put on my face powder, my bronzer, contour, blush, powder highlight, like all these are powder products, right? Like powder highlight. And then I sprayed my face down really good with Urban Decay All Nighter. So that's the rundown of the different types of products that I layered on top of this foundation, just for anyone wondering. So yeah, I went ahead and looked in my bathroom mirror to see how it was looking, and I could tell in that lighting, this side, which again, this is the one that I applied the makeup with the sponge, looks so much smoother than this side when I'm looking in my mirror. Now let me scoot in toward the camera really quick. I'm actually gonna tilt my ring light too so that we're in front of my window. I feel like I see texture in this area, just around like the nose a little bit as well. I just feel like this little section here doesn't look as smooth and nice as this. So yeah, so far I'm feeling like it looks really good on the side where I use the sponge, and then really mediocre on the side where I didn't use a sponge, just because it does look more textured. But overall, my products layered really well on top of it on the good side. I didn't really have any problems with it feeling like it moved around too much. Let me turn off my ring light and see what it looks like in just the natural light coming through my window. It's not direct light at all, but this is what it looks like in straight up natural lighting. It's clinging really badly to that area of my face. But then on this side, I don't feel like it's doing that at all. Oh my god, is that a mustache hair? Oh my god, it totally is. That is a literal mustache hair. All right, well, I'm gonna go pluck that and catch back up with you guys in my bathroom so that I can show you it in completely unnatural lighting where there are 0 windows. Okay, here we are in my bathroom. Obviously, this is not good lighting at all. There's a reason I never film anything in here if I can help it. I almost feel like you can tell on camera the difference between the good side and the bad side. Yeah, I just do feel like even in here, this unnatural lighting, you can tell that this texture here is happening, and then on this side it just looks nice and smooth. I'm gonna go ahead and go about my day. I will catch back up with you guys in just a second. Okay, so I just got done at the mall, and I feel like I've got some pretty decent like car lighting happening right now. My face is getting a little shiny. Obviously my nose is getting oily, but that always happens. I did notice when I was in, I think Sephora, I was looking at my face, and I just noticed that like it's doing the same weird textury thing here and here. It's just worse on this side. So it does seem like it's giving me a little bit of texture both ways, just a little bit worse on the side that I used the brush on. But yeah, that's what it's looking like right now. I haven't had it on that long, Now I'm gonna go make some really bad food choices and get an ice cream sundae and fries from McDonald's. Got the McDonald's here. Oh my god, my car's disgusting. Please don't look at it. It's so bright in here with this ring light when it's dark outside. Oh my god, my retinas. Okay, I have this on full brightness right now so that I can show you guys the end of the day reveal of how this foundation is looking and how it has worn. It's about 8:45 or 9 p.m. at this point, so I've had this on for a solid like 7 hours. I'm not as unimpressed as I thought that I would be based on my first experience with the foundation. Like I mentioned, I did try it one more time before today and I just wasn't that into it. I am kind of still feeling the same way. Like, I have other foundations that I love more than this. Just scoot in just a little bit so that you guys can see. This is what it looks like currently. I'm obviously quite oily. I've not blotted my face throughout the day today just so that I could actually show you guys what it was truly looking like. Again, this was the side that I used with the brush and this was the side that I used with the sponge. Looking at this in my mirror, I'm not sure if y'all can tell, I still do feel like this side wore a lot better throughout the day than this side. So the sponge side won out over the brush side. There's something about it that I'm just not that into. I mentioned this a couple times earlier, but I did have a lot of texture happening right here. I think you can definitely see that on camera because I can see it looking in the screen right now. If you're on the more oily side, this might not be it for you. You might get really shiny by the end of the day because I've been wearing this again for like 7 hours and we see how shiny I am right now. I'm gonna pop in my bathroom really quick and show you guys what it looks like in that unnatural lighting. Okay, here we are in the bathroom again. One thing I will say, I feel like the pigment on this foundation held up really well throughout the day. Let's pop back over to my ring light and sit down in my room again so that we can conclude this video because I'm trying to go watch Love Island and eat some dinner, you know what I'm saying? Okay, now that I've shown you guys this up close and all those different lightings, I feel like we've reached that point in the video where we can really wrap things up. I am really troubled by like how much it seems to cling to certain patches on my face. The application on the side with the brush just was not that even. It does say that it's for normal skin. So if you have very normal skin, I can see it looking really nice without a lot of problems. But if you do have problem areas, that's where it's a little dicey and it's a little hit or miss for me. If you're on the more oily side, this might not be it for you. You might get really shiny by the end of the day because I've been wearing this again for like 7 hours and we see how shiny I am right now. And it really depends on what your skin type is. If you have very normal skin, it'll probably be fine. But if you are leaning towards drier or leaning towards oily, I would say, maybe don't. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up this review of the Rare Beauty, what is it even called? Weightless Liquid Touch Foundation. Did I get that right? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave it a like and some comments and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I would love to have you back for my next video. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm getting so tired sitting here right now. I'm so ready to go take a shower, get a plate of food, put on my pajamas, and watch Love Island. Not particularly in that order, but you guys get what I'm saying. I will catch you guys on the next one.